Have you bought some pieces of antique jewelry and now you've got the antique jewelry bug and you want to know everything about antique jewelry, but at the same time, you're really overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of jewelry styles throughout thousands of years? If that's you, hit that like button so I know that you're with me. I know how it is. You're really excited about everything that the possibility of antique jewelry has to offer, but you don't want to go off buying everything in sight. You also don't want to go down 10,000 rabbit holes and research everything in sight only to find out at the end of it that you really don't like it anyway. Wouldn't it be great if somebody could just show you a whole bunch of really cool stuff and you could be like, yeah, I love that. I want to learn more about that. This stuff over here, not so much. That's pretty much what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to call this out immediately because there are some pieces of antique jewelry that are breathtakingly beautiful. Then there's some stuff that's just kind of strange. You know what I mean? So let's talk about some of these things that I have been told are some of the most bizarre things in antique jewelry. You ready? Here's the first one, bug jewelry. Yeah, bugs, you heard me right. And especially in the Victorian period, you get everything from like really ornate micro mosaics, and then you get like gem encrusted beetles. I mean, they're everywhere, but there's kind of a reason for it. The Industrial Revolution was kind of at its peak and people wanted to get back to nature, so to speak. So that kind of created this interest in naturalism. Remember also that Darwin's book was just published and it really brought home that interest in naturalism. So bugs and depicting bugs in jewelry was just kind of an outgrowth of all of that. Now, like I said, you get really, really ornate things, and then you get some really bizarre things. So one of the most bizarre things is jewelry that's made from actual beetles. Yeah, actual beetles, like the actual bugs that were turned into jewelry. So here's an entire parure, and a parure is just a set, and that's in the Victorian period, what they were called. So here's a set of jewelry made from actual beetles. And if having jewelry made out of actual beetles wasn't enough, there are still some South American cultures today who still put live beetles attached to their shirts. So yeah, you have a live beetle crawling around on your shirt. So if that isn't enough for you, the second most bizarre thing in antique jewelry is taxidermy. Yeah, taxidermy. They would take actual taxidermy birds' heads and make pendants and earrings out of them. So yeah, you could be walking around with actual taxidermy birds' heads on your jewelry. You just have to remember that this goes back to that whole interest in naturalism that was sweeping the world. And remember, taxidermy was a legit science in the Victorian period. This was just another outgrowth of naturalism. People were using taxidermy to study the natural world. Hence, actual taxidermy birds' heads on earrings, pendants, whatever. So number 3 kind of goes along with this natural world type of thing, but not exactly. It's food jewelry. Not jewelry made out of food, although there actually was jewelry that was made out of actual food. Give me a second and I will get to that. But like bunches of grapes. So here is a set of brooches from the British Museum that's pearls, and all of the pearls are formed like clusters of grapes. Now, I'm a foodie. I get wanting food and thinking about food all the time. I'm not necessarily sure that I want to wear food. Now, these bunches of grapes have gone back all the way to like ancient Greece and ancient Rome. So you can see like these pearls as bunches of grapes depicted in jewelry all the way back. So that's not really anything that's abnormal, and you've probably seen these types of things yourself. Something else that was interested in the Victorian period were nuts. Now I know you're giggling to yourself right now, and that's fine, go on and giggle. Acorns. Not necessarily weird, but depicting acorns was a really big thing. I mean, remember, there were symbols behind all of this, so everything meant something. So remember, most people couldn't read, so they needed symbols to help them with certain concepts. And acorns were one of those things, and it just, you know, it was, the acorn grows into a mighty oak tree. So it was the symbol of strength and growth. And so that was why people wore acorns, because it was just a symbol of strength and growth. Now, speaking of nuts and actually wearing food, during the Victorian period, hazelnut jewelry made out of real hazelnuts was a thing. And I totally don't get this. I mean, was it supposed to be a snack for later? Like if you get hungry and you need a snack, oh, I've got the munchies. Let me take my earrings apart and eat my hazelnut. I'm not really sure what this is, but I mean, I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you what it is. Now keep in mind, likes and dislikes are completely arbitrary. For some reason, wearing hazelnut seems really weird to me, but I collect mourning jewelry, which most of you think is really, really weird. Oh, wait, you don't know what mourning jewelry is? Ha, just you wait. I'm gonna do an entire series of videos on mourning jewelry so you can understand it. I love it, it's awesome. It's also really, really bizarre, but you're gonna have to wait for that. And that brings me to number 4, hair jewelry. Yeah, jewelry made out of human hair. Yeah, that's what I said. There are so many examples of this all through the Victorian period. So yeah, actual bracelets made out of hair, chains made out of hair, watch chains made out of hair, earrings made out of hair, rings made out of human hair. Yeah, the hair actually gets made into a ring, you put it on your finger, it touches your skin. Yeah, it was made out of somebody else's hair. Usually dead people's hair. So yeah. Now, going into the thing that I think takes the cake on the absolute positive, most bizarre antique jewelry example, and that's milk teeth. Jewelry made out of milk teeth. Yep, that's just what it sounds like. Baby teeth. You know, like, don't put it under your pillow for the tooth fairy and get like, 50 cents or, whatever the current rate with inflation is now, probably $5. But when baby teeth fall out, people would make jewelry out of their kids' baby teeth. Now, this is not like an abnormal thing. Queen Victoria actually popularized this, and she had milk teeth jewelry made for all of her children, and she had a lot of children. So here are some examples of some of the things that are in the Royal Collection Trust that are actually part of the royal jewelry. Now, this one is actually really beautiful. This one is fuchsias, like the flowers, fuchsias, and it's really pretty. It's got beautiful enamel on it, and it's really pretty. Like if you didn't know that these were milk teeth, you would look at this and go, wow, that's really pretty. But yeah, they're baby teeth, they're milk teeth. Remember that also these examples were made for a queen. So not everybody had the means to make something that beautiful. Most of the time when people were making jewelry out of milk teeth, they just kind of look like, yeah, teeth. Now there are so many examples of what most people think is bizarre jewelry all through history that I could easily do another video on just this topic. So if you want another topic and you want to see more examples of bizarre jewelry, because trust me, there's a lot of them, just write more examples down in the comments and I will get to work on another video so I know that you actually want to see it. Until then, Like and subscribe to Jewelry Nerd so that you can get all of the videos as they come out, including more videos on bizarre jewelry. See you next time.